Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King Posh, and today I want to show you guys an entry-level all-wheel drive drift tune for you guys. I want to do something a little different here. This is my master all-wheel drive drift tune, and at the end of the video what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuy the car, and then I'm going to see how much it costs to put my tune onto it. But for right now, this car is one of the cheapest ones I could find. It was $38,000 and it's a lot cheaper than a lot of the other cars out there that you know would have to save up and get. But if you want to just get out there and get sideways right away, this is going to be your best bet to get up and get the Eagle TALON TSi Turbo. But yeah, let's get into this and show you guys what I've done to this thing. I think I got the most power I can push out of it. But yeah, let's get into this thing. And it looks pretty sick. Yeah, but either way, it's got the 3.7 liter V6. All right, once you fully upgrade it, it goes up to a 4.2 liter V6. You do have these other options as well, and I believe this thing had more power. I think the V8 had 800 and I think 20 maybe horsepower. I don't remember. It's been a couple of days, but this one seemed to be the most powerful engine to go with, and that's what I did. It is a stock drivetrain, is all-wheel drive on this car. It's the whole reason why I picked it. I didn't want to try to get a car that, you know, converts over to all-wheel drive. I wanted it just to be the stock drivetrain, so then I'm saving you $2,000, you know, roughly $2,000 to $3,000, depending on how much it's going to cost to convert one from rear-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. Either way, it still saves you money. We've got the twin turbo in here. All right, and then we're just going to go through it and show you guys what I put onto this for aero and appearance. So this is the one I picked. This is what it looks like stock. Okay, there are these other options as well if you wanted to know. So I will go through them all as we go down them. All right, this is what I picked for the front. It grew on me. This one grew on me. It was either going to be, this one and this one. I was like constantly like looking back and forth at them. I was like, you know what? This looks wild. It goes with everything else, so I'll just go with it. But either way, these are the other, you know, front body kits that you can do to this car. All right. Now, I always loved this car back in the earlier Forza Motorsports because you could really drop this thing down to the ground and make it drag. This game, they raised it up a little bit, probably for some issues. But yeah, this is the one I went with. Okay. All right. Rear bumper. You got these other options as well. Okay. This one looks aggressive, so that's the one I went with. This, you don't have much of an option. All right, so I just went with it just to save some weight. And then for the side skirts, these are your other options as well. All right. Just to let you guys know. All right, we got a race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and a race differential. All right, I decided to go with 19-inch rims for both the front and the rear. And I went with the Pro Race ones. I like those. They are like my Wed Sport TC105Ns. I like these on Forza Horizon because they are carbon fiber. Here they're chrome, so I hardly use them anymore, and I go with this one instead. They weigh the same, so not a big deal to me. Here I went all over the board with the tire compound on this thing. I went with sport for you guys. I went stock, and I came down to know that street was the way to go. All right. Now here on these, the tire widths, I even raised these up just to give you a little extra more control on the car. I think it all handles perfectly together. All right, so we got race brakes, drift springs and dampeners, race anti-roll bars for both the front and the rear, light as possible, weight reduction, no roll cage, and no weight added onto the car. You know, I could have done some stuff to this thing to get this thing up to a PI 800S, but it would have been adding more weight to it, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want to bother with it. So 790 it is. All right. Anyways, for the engine, we got race camshaft, race valves, race displacement, race pistons and compression, race flywheel, and race oil and cooling. On here, fuel and air, we got fuel system, race, ignition, race, exhaust, race, air filter, race, probably a K&N, race twin turbo, it's expensive, and a race intercooler, and that gives you the 800 and almost 80 horsepower. It's pretty wild. I really do like this car, and I think you're going to like it too. Either way. Here we got 15 and 15, just to give you, that extra, grip when you need it. All right, here is the gearing I went with, and I went all over the board with this thing. I had it at 155 miles an hour. I had 165 miles per hour, and I decided to go right in the middle of those two and go for 160. And I think this thing works out well. You're going to be using like second, third, fourth gear with this car. All right, alignment's wild on this thing. I went all ballistic with this thing, and I mean it works. And for a beginner sense, it'll be great. You're gonna like it. I mean, this is pretty much how most people would tune, anyways. Except they would probably take this and go all the way out to 5.0. I didn't see the need for that. I brought it down to 3.5, and I think this thing gets sideways with ease. All right, and it stays sideways. I just took it up Fujimi, and I taken it on multiple drift meets just to make sure it works. We got 40-40 for the anti-roll bars. All right, but if you take this thing too sideways and in the grass really fast, they're still going to flip over and do somersaults. All right, just going to let you know that. Springs are 758.9 and 739.7. They're a little off the board. Usually they're here, but I was messing with things. This is what they should be. It does put the green in there. It is what it is. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just a couple points off. So, but that's what the original numbers would have been. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to go back and change it. I'm not going to start this video over. It is what it is. Lows and goes 5.2s. I did try maxing them all out, and I thought it was just too much for the car, and I just thought, oh, you guys wouldn't be able to handle it very well. It was too slidey. It was flying off the track, etc., etc. So I dropped it down, and I called it good. All right. And then we got front and rear is 13-13, 1 and 1. This is what I like to do for my rear-wheel drive cars, but I decided to throw it on there just to, see what would happen, and it really worked out for my benefit. I didn't mess with these ones right here, but I did mess with these. So I took this one, took it all the way to high, this one all the way down to low, and it seems to work out great. All right. No downforce to worry about. And then brakes are 70% to the front with 165% pressure. I noticed I had to really increase the braking on this thing because it just wouldn't stop. And now this is great. So when you slam on your brakes and you're going sideways, your back end will even kick out just a little bit just to give you that more angle, especially when you're doing like, switchbacks. It's super awesome. And especially this is also set for when you're on Fujimi Kaido in reverse. And it starts you out and you go through the tunnel and you're trying to slam on your brakes and you don't want to go through the pit, but you do anyways. I fixed that. So with this, when it lets you have control of the car, you'll be able to stop with this braking setup. Okay. And then here is the differential, 76, 86, 97, 97. And yes, there's 99% going to the rear. I got this thing to go really hard sideways and stay sideways and be comfortable sideways. So there's still that power going to the front wheels just to give you that all-wheel drive feel. So when you feel like you're going to maybe mess up and whatnot, you have some more extra grabbing power in the front tires to get you through. And that's the tune. That's the build. I'm going to say no because so then it just goes right back to that tuning because that's not going to hurt anything. Those numbers are just slightly off of what I had. and that's totally fine. But that's the build. That's the tune. As you can tell, I'm already in a drift meet, so we can just get right into it and have some fun with the car. All right, as you can tell, I was already in fourth on this thing. I was messing around with the car, just finalizing it a little bit before, making the video. So there's that. See, this thing is smooth. It really is. It really is smooth. It drifts with ease. Like I said, there's fourth. You'd be using third, fourth, depending on what track you are on. You're going to be using all kinds of gears, But yeah, I was having fun with this thing. But it took me a good 2 days to tune this thing to get it just right for you guys. So I wanted to get it done before going on vacation. So I really worked hard on it, and I leave tomorrow. Let's see, when am I setting this out? I think I'm releasing this Monday, and it is Friday right now. So just let you know, I'll be gone for the whole week, and I will be back to making videos next week. After the 16th, I will start making videos again for you guys. So just let you know. And yeah, so it'll be all excited. Now, I'm going to somewhere magical. That is the hint. Where am I going? I'm going somewhere magical. Either way, I'm just chatting along, not even paying attention, and here we are, almost at 50,000 points again, like I had. Super easy. Will get me back up to third, and then we'll take it, But maybe we'll take it over to Fujimi too. Why not? But yeah, this thing is smooth. I'm really liking this thing. Look how easy this thing is to drift. I mean, it is ready for you. Oh, well, no. Now he went up there. Well, I don't mind third. Alright, and honestly, I don't think you guys wanted to see me just sit here and constantly drift. Maybe you did. I don't know. But, it's a fun car. I like it a lot. So let's take this over to Fujimi, Kaido, see what it's like, see where it sends us. If it's raining, if it's dry, if it's night, if it's day, we don't know. We don't know until we get there. And that's okay. And then we'll just do it really short because I don't want you guys to sit here for too long. But then we'll go back, we'll buy the car, and we'll see how much it costs to upgrade it. Or you can just move the little dot over to where I'm doing that. You don't have to watch this. Well, cool. I was able to just I didn't have to pick the car. Usually they're like, oh, hey, what car are you going to use? Oh, we're going this way. All right. Well, I did tune it the other way, just in case. All right. And it's nighttime. I don't really care for night drifting. It does a lot to my eyes. But that's the whole part of being old. And it's smooth, it really is. And I can get the first pretty easily, probably. There it is, I'm already in first. Plenty of power. Super easy to drift, though. It really is. It is fun. I do like this car. The brakes are great. They work when you want them to. You know, you can stop. But yeah, it's great. I was on that brakes and you can just see the back end just wants to swing on. That's how it's supposed to be. It really does help you out. It helps you out in the long run and in the short run and in the mid run. Doesn't matter. It's great. It's a great braking setup. It all works out. This car works out. Yeah, it's fun. It's a great entry level car, meaning just how much the car was to get. And then now we're going to find out how much it costs to upgrade. So what I got to do is I'm going to buy another one. Okay, so that was a Mitsubishi. What? No, there's Eagle. So that was an Eagle, not a Mitsubishi. What? I always think Mitsubishi every once in a while. It's an Eagle. Eagle, where are you? There you are. I know it's just one car to find. All right. I think Mitsubishi makes something like this. Doesn't matter. 39,000 is how much it is. All right. So, yeah. 38, 39, depending on if you have the, the more, doesn't matter. But yeah, so 39,000, pretty cheap. I was pretty sure it was 38,000 yesterday when I bought it. Maybe I bought the first one, it was 38,000, and now this one is now 39,000. It only went up by $1,000. I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, let's look at the differences. All right, let's see how much this cost. All right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. 12,125. That is actually pretty darn good, I'm gonna say. All right, that is really good. So yeah, it doesn't break the bank. All right, so you're like 39 and 12. You know, yeah, you know, it's good. That is relatively cheap. So if you're looking for a great starter, because the whole reason I say that is because when you're looking at a lot of the other all-wheel drive cars out there, let's go into here. Let's do yeah, all-wheel drive right there. All right, you can see the prices on some of these cars. Well, those are always expensive, you know. But I was looking for the car, and there's that one right there. Is it still 39 there? It is 39. It was 38, I'm telling you. But look, you got 71,000 there, 80,000 for a Focus, and then you go to like, you know, everybody's like, oh, you know, maybe they'll get some Mitsubishis who can, but they're $70,000 a piece, 356 there, $80,000 for a 95. 50,000 for that, and then you go to the Nissan. Look at these. I mean, 93 is 89,000. You know, $80,000, and you give me a price of 39,000. It's $39,000 now. It's still cheap. All right, it's still cheaper than those. You know, cheaper than most of these cars that we're looking at here. These guys right here are expensive. You know, just a regular 2019 Subaru 209, it's 83,000. You know, because they say owned, you don't get to see those prices. You know, and just a regular 2015 Subaru WRX STI is a 74,000. I mean, these are outrageous prices. You know, for these cars here, 86,000 for the 22. You know, you're going to be, you know, spend some time. 45,000 is not too bad, you know. But, yeah, that's another good low one right there. Yeah, you know, these Golfs are close by. They're 70,000 a piece. Yeah, 70,000 for both of those. So 45,000 is not too bad on that one either. You know, I would consider, you know, looking into this car and seeing what it can do. That's, you know, just a few thousand more than the you know, the Eagle. I was going to say Mitsubishi again. Eagle. So I will buy that for later. It's 45 grand. I ain't going to complain about that. That's relatively cheap. That'd be another great cheap car to make a video on. What kind of engine can we get out of it real quick? Real quick. I just want to know, and I'm sure you want to know too. Can we get anything big? Oh yeah, we can get 1,025 horsepower out of that thing. All right. That's going to be pretty wild. Yeah, 1,025 horsepower. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's got the same engine as my Bach Mono, and my Bach Mono is very, very powerful. And I did a video on that one. Here, let me just go back here. My cars, yeah. Same engine as this right here, and yeah, 1,025 horsepower, 665 foot-pounds of torque. That thing's gonna rip. It is gonna rip. So I'm excited for that one. That should be fun. We'll have to get into that when I get back from vacation. But yeah, this is a great car, and I really hope you guys you know, check it out. You know, at least it's an Eagle. It's right here. There's the other one. All right, and that one I don't need. So I'll sell it later. But yeah, that's cool. But yeah, definitely check out my tune, and hopefully it works out for you. If it does, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. But yeah, until then, there's nothing else much to say other than you guys have a great day, night, whatever, and I'll catch you guys next time. Stay sideways, my friends.